This is a common rookie mistake of a lopsided wire wrap. And I'm going to show you how to make sure that each time it's round and perfectly straight without having to go back and rework. So first, I'm going to put this in. What you want to do is hold your round nose pliers slightly higher, not too high, because we're going to adjust. But basically, we want to be able to have enough so that there'll be 2 coils around. Then you bring your wrap this way. So it is somewhat crooked still. So what a lot of people forget is you want to be able to wrap around, loop like that, and then you want to straighten. And what you do is you put your finger here, so as leverage, and bend backwards so that this becomes rounder on this side. So I'm going to do that again. So you see, what you want to do is put your finger here as leverage. Here. Fingernail here, like this, to support this part as you bend backwards, forming the circle so that it is round on that side as well. And if it is the case, for some reason, it is not as round as you like, you can jam it a little bit this way. Okay, it will get a little bit bigger. And if it's too big, what you do is you turn it a little bit like this. You want to turn it, and then here you've got something that is very round. Then to the size that you want, so you can turn it forward to make the loop smaller, and make sure that it is brought back up this wire. And sometimes when it's a harder wire, you might want to use a pair of pliers. And then you wire wrap. But what I like to do is I like to put my finger there, make sure that's tight, and I do the initial flip this way so that it ends in a round coil before I switch hands using my chain nose pliers so that it doesn't mark up my ring, so it stays flat. I hold on to it and then I bring it. So in this case, actually I'm so used to using my fingers because it's softer. Silver is a lot softer than gold filled for the same thickness. So what I do is I bring it round like this, and I straighten out so that it's not blocking my wire wrapping. So I do this and I move this bead, I shift it back. Basically what you want is a really tight wrap like this. And you can see from the back that it also has 2 wraps, which I want. If it is the case that you want something longer, a longer neck, when I was starting, I would have put either using a pair of pliers and mark the length. I hold on to it and flip it so as to mark it before I wrap. But I know I want 2 wraps, and that was how much I wanted to bend and leave a little bit of gap. So now that we've got this, some people just cut it wherever, but what you want is when you are looking at this pendant, or it could be flipped this way by accident, or this way, whichever, you want it to look like it is the front. So what you want to do is actually trim on the side like this, using flush cutters, the flush side in here so that the sharp end goes away. Now you don't have something that's sharp. And what we do is we press down and press down again so that it is not sharp and it will not catch onto clothes. It's tucked in, and you see both sides look like the front. You don't see the end of the wire because it's on the side and it's been pressed in. That is how you get a very round loop. And the other thing is, sometimes you're maneuvering it, you might want to straighten out, make sure that it is perpendicular. It's in the fine details. And now you have something that is really pretty. So now, with this loop, I can attach it to a earring hook, and you'll have simple earrings. That's really nice. Or a jump ring onto a chain. In this case, I've attached it to enamel chain glacial mist that has a number of really nice moss green colors that pick up on the colors here. And I'm going to show you right now what it looks like on. I hope you enjoyed that. Stones and Findings is a wholesaler of premium quality chains and findings. I'm going to leave more information below about our company and what you have seen in this video.